All right, folks, Flat Hollow to the left. And, yeah, Flat Hollow Road's down that way. That is Mercury Road. Anyway, so we're on 63 at Mercury. And I actually was videoing going back the other way. And I gave up because I'm not just going to keep on driving. I wanted to look at these new cabins back there. We'll look at them another day when I have more time. But anyway, I'm heading home. I'm hungry. And yeah, I thought I'd talk to you for a few minutes, folks. So we are on 63. And we are headed in towards La Follette, Jacksboro, Caryville area. Headed towards 75 away from Harrogate. Now back behind us is Harrogate. And Harrogate is where Lincoln Memorial University is, and it is an awesome town. If I didn't live where I live, I would probably choose the Harrogate area, and trying to get somewhere in between Speedwell actually and Cumberland Gap. I would really like to live close to the Cumberland Gap right there, the town of the Cumberland Gap. I don't know why. I love it. And it is a college town, so you got the kids, but it's still so very nice. Anyway, folks, hope you're doing good. Hope you're living somewhere you love. And I am thankful to be alive today. Thankful that the Creator has allowed me another day to breathe His air. It's not my air. I'm thankful for it, folks. Thankful to be living in this great state of Tennessee, especially with all that is going on around the globe, folks. All that is going on around the globe. I'm so thankful to be here. That's for sure. I don't want to be anywhere else. This is where I want to be. I'm so glad to be here. Awesome. Awesomeness. Man, I hope you're living somewhere you love, because life is just absolutely too short. And yes, folks, straight ahead is the west. That's where the sun sets. And so, as I drive down the road here, I don't know. I'm just amazed at the beauty, and just so thankful to be living here. And before I get into that, folks, let me tell you, this road is going to be a 4-lane, as you can see. They're working on it. And it is going to be an absolute awesome 4-lane highway from I-75 in Caryville all the way through the Cumberland Gap, like if you head into the Cumberland Gap. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be like a freeway. And it'll have a middle turning lane. It'll have a big... I don't know, the side shoulder of the road will be almost a full lane, so it's going to be super nice. Anyway, you'll see what they're doing up here, but it goes for miles back behind us. And they're in the paving process because they've got everything prepped, and now they're laying the asphalt, and as they lay the asphalt, they're actually striping it, doing all the lines and what have you, the painting. Anyway, folks, yeah, so thankful to be here, folks. Thankful to be here. And my goodness, folks, if anything was to happen, I mean, you see all the mountains in the distance? Folks, we have just wilderness around us. Wilderness. And if something was to ever happen, we could easily slip into that wilderness, folks. There's so many resources around here. It's crazy. Water everywhere. Trees everywhere. Wildlife everywhere. Wild edibles. Wild medicinals. Absolutely everywhere. Caves. Caves all over the place. It is crazy. And so, yeah, it's quite awesome. Quite awesome. Anyway, so in the day and age we're living in, I'm so thankful to be here, folks. I can't say it enough. I say it all the time. I know I say it too much, but but it's just the truth. So thankful to be here. And I wouldn't want to be stuck anywhere close to a major city. Nowhere close. Not right now. Now, that may be fine for you. That may be something that doesn't even bother you. And I say, great, but it bothers me. And states like, Florida and California, even Georgia and many other states that have such a... Georgia wouldn't be so bad if they weren't right just north of Florida. And that corridor right there, Georgia, Florida, there's way over 30 million people. And so, so Florida has over 20 million. It's like 22 or 4 or something. And Georgia has over 11 million. So that's a lot of folks in that area. And so that I'm just glad I don't live in those states. I used to live in Georgia. But when you live in an area where the city is just so massive, the suburbs are so massive, you have to drive 2 hours to escape the city. To get away from the city, you have to go 2 hours. It's the same with Houston and Dallas, and let me tell you what I mean. It's because you got an hour's worth of suburbs, but then just that city way of thinking will stretch out far and beyond the suburbs, and that tension that is always there. There's a tension when you're living around the cities. That tension's always there. See, folks, this is what it's going to look like. Huh? Oh, my. I can't wait. I mean, just see the shoulder? It's a full lane on both sides. And then you've got a big middle lane, and all these 4 lanes are big. It's going to be absolutely amazing. This is where we should be spending our money, not billions, sending billions overseas. This is... right here. Look what we're doing here. This is awesome. So folks, if you're thinking that you can't do it, I'm telling you, you can. If I can do it, if this idiot can do it, any idiot can do it. Huh? You can do it. You can up and move. Oh, yes, you can. Well, my job, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Find you another job. Well, I've been there for 30 years, Yeah, you can find you another job. I am telling you. We moved up here and had a decent little business going down in Georgia, and got up here, folks, and within 2 years, actually, as soon as we got here, things just opened up, and it's, yeah, we're rolling, and so I'm thankful for that. And when I say rolling, it ain't that big of a deal. It's 2-3 guys. It's 2 guys full time and 1 guy. My youngest son, he's not really full time, but anyway, we're not really full time, huh? We're kind of part time sometimes. Yeah, and the older I get, I'm 60, so the older I get, the more part time I want to be. But I hope I never stop working. I hope I never stop working. That's for sure. And it's going to be a sad day when I physically can't work anymore. And that's for sure. Now, us putting in this floor like we're putting in this vinyl plank, it's a killer on a 60-year-old man to be on his knees for hours. And I've got knee pads, but it's hard. It's hard on a 60-year-old man who has abused his body his whole life because of work. And then the way you have to do your fingers and thumb on the little striker bar plate thingy that they give you, it's ridiculous. Yeah, and so I have bad thumbs anyway, and so I can last about 5 hours doing the floor, and that's it. my. So just letting you enjoy the beauty. And I'm running my mouth, but no big deal. Look at that, folks. The Creator's about to pop his head out of that hole in the sky. Huh? See that hole in the sky? What do you think? Huh? What would you do if some spaceship come down through there? Something crazy. What would you do? Folks, anything can happen at any time, huh? It can, anything. I don't anymore. It's just how it is. That's how I believe. That's how I think. Anything can happen at any time. I don't look at things now and say, oh, that's crazy, that's silly, that'll never happen. I don't do that anymore. So, yeah. My, oh my, this is so nice, folks. Man, I'm happy. I'm so happy. Look at this road. Flat beauty, and they ain't even done with it. I bet you Food Line over there to the right is happy they're done right here. There she is, exercising. Craziness, folks. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, anything can happen at any time. So my youngest son, who is not a conspiracy theorist person, and he's not a prepper at all. He lives in the city, loves the city, and he works with this almost every day. And he was even saying today, we were talking about a couple of things. He was saying this is a regular person, that he feels like the end. This is the end, he said, because of how everything is crazy. Everything is crazy. He said he feels like it's the end, how everything is happening, and what is going on, and how people think now. But that's a regular person. Not like me. Not crazy like me. He's nothing like me like that. Just a regular person, regular young person. He's a 33-year-old bachelor, and lives his life right there in Knoxville, him and his dog. Yeah, and he's saying that he feels like it's the end. Well, is it the end, folks? Is it the end? There's some folks that think so. There's some folks, I know of a Islamic scholar, and I know you don't put anything in here, folks, but I know an Islamic scholar who believes, he's a very smart man, on the Quran and eschatology and stuff like that. And he's actually very, very well versed in the scriptures in the Bible, very well versed, and he loves religion and loves studying it. But he is a Islamic scholar, and he believes, according to his beliefs, these are his beliefs, not mine. He believes, according to the Quran, that we are at the end of time, in the end days. He believes we're at the very end of it all. Yeah, and so it's just not Christians that think that, folks. It's just not the Christian folks or just your regular people out here that think that sort of thing. It's around the globe, lots of people thinking that way, and that's for sure. That's for sure. Just pure craziness with all that is going on. Pure craziness. Oh yeah. Now who was he waving at? Oh my, folks. Yeah, so, I mean, are we at the end of time? Man, it sure seems like it. And you know what? I'm sure that throughout the ages, that there were certain times where people thought it was the end of time. As a matter of fact, man, I'm gonna go back and look at who that was that left a comment. Don't know how smart they are, but see, I'm dumb, and so they were saying some things that made a ton of sense. They left a comment, and they talked about how they have studied history thoroughly, and that how throughout time it's gotten crazy. And because I was saying, I believe, has CERN opened up the gates of hell, and to make everybody crazy. And this person was saying that people have always been crazy. They've always been crazy, that they've studied history and seen that there have been some very, very crazy times throughout history, and that this is no different. This is no different. And it made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense, folks. Boshears Paving, right there. You can't see them. They've got the dump truck and the asphalt paver, and they do a ton of work around here. And that name is well known here in these parts. Well known. That's the thing, folks. When the light turns yellow in Georgia, you always have time to go. And if you're making a left turn, there they are, Boshears. But not here in Tennessee. You don't have time. There. If you need some paving done, folks, Boshears Paving right there. If you're in this area, Campbell County, whatever. Boshears Paving right there. Oh, man, they got the roller and the Bobcat. And this white building right there you're looking at, I don't know what they're going to put in there. Or if they're going to try to sell it. They fixed that thing up. Man, that thing was junky. They fixed it all up. Folks, find you a spot. Even if it isn't the end of days or the end times, find you an area, man. God, live your life how you want to. Live it how you want to live it. Do what you want to do. If you want to get completely out of the system, find you an area and get completely out of this system. Why not? Do it. Don't wait until you're 58 like I did. I'm 60 now. But don't wait until you're 58 years old. That's old to be doing that something, but it's not too old, because I know a fella who is 79 that could do this. Sell everything, and he's got the strength and the health and the know-how and to do all this. It's not something he wants to do, but he could. So there's no age limit, but you're better off doing it while you're young, and you don't need to plan on doing it when you're 58, because, well, you may not be here when you're 58. You may not make it to 58. Let me say it that way. That makes more sense. Or you may not. You may be here when you're 58, but you may not be financially able or physically able. Now that would stink, would it not? Cedar Hill Baptist Church we just passed, folks. The dump is right to the right there. And when I say the dump, I mean like your kitchen trash. Not the other kind of dump. Not where you go dumping wood and stuff. All right, so up here, this is Lonis Young Park, White Bridge. And we've got a 19 space campground. So we got 19 spots for a campground. Now it's and of course, and that's right here on the right side where the boat ramp is. And then on the left we have like a couple of tennis courts, basketball courts, play area, and all this stuff. We got a beach here for swimming. But this is pretty cool here. And they haven't opened up the campground yet, but I think it's ready. And I think they're just holding off. I don't know why. So over here to the left and all, they're putting in parking, because we're going to have an issue with cars, because we here at the Lonish Young Park, White Bridge, at this dock, we do a lot of the fishing tournaments, and so there's cars everywhere. It gets really crowded. Anyway, running my mouth, folks. Don't know why. All right, folks. So you got a little drive there, me running my mouth. Is it the end of days? Is it the end of the world? Is it? Huh? Some folks think so. I can tell you this. It may not be the end of the world, but it is absolutely the end of the world as we have known it. That's for sure. The end of the world as we have known it, folks. We'll see you.